So usually I watch like a lot of movies throughout the year, and even each month. This month I kind of wanted to narrow down in October and only watch horror movies. So I watched 65 movies in the month of October this year, and I think 55, 56 of those were horror movies. So I really was taxing myself this month with horror movies. When you are sticking to one genre for that long of a time, 31 straight days, it does get taxing and it kind of can get boring. But I think I did pretty good with spreading about different genres within the genre. Like, not every horror movie is the same, obviously, just like other genres. But I did learn a lot. I'm not like the biggest horror fan, so if you guys are big horror fans and you see me don't like a movie that you guys like, or me love a movie that you're like, oh, that's not as iconic or whatever it may be. Just know I'm not the biggest horror fan, though I have learned to appreciate more horror throughout this month. So I think I will be watching a lot more horror outside of October, because I don't really watch much other than that. So I think the biggest way to start is starting with some really bad ones I did not like. Um, I think in particular, Late Night with the Devil was not good at all. A lot of people are saying that the use of AI is what makes it bad. I don't think that's it at all. I think it fails at the aesthetic of the 1970s like talk show thing. Um, it's just not scary at all. And I mean, a good horror movie doesn't mean that it's scary. I mean, I think it's just trying too hard to have this kind of banter between characters on stage. The backstage thing during like commercial breaks doesn't really work for me. So that was a really tough one. The AI doesn't help its case at all. But that didn't do anything for my score, which was like a 1.5. Like, I did not think it was a good movie. Um, Something I did watch the It's for the first time this month. Those can be quite scary at times. I think the scariest moments are when Pennywise himself is on frame, which he isn't that much. Like, it's kind of sad. Like, you don't really see much of him in the actual two movies. You see him more in the second one towards the end, but I mean, it's just not. I think the opening scene of the first one is where it really grabs me as like, oh, this is a good horror movie because he's his facial structure, the way he's looking at Georgie, the way he's talking. It's very creepy, but I mean, it's not. They're not the best movies, but they kind of do rely on like jump scares. Um, and Pennywise is goofy, man. He's goofy. I've heard the new show is going to be really good because like he doesn't care about like letting the kids live, which I think would be a lot better in the actual movies. I watched a Serbian film, which is a banned movie in most countries. It's not a fun movie. It's not fun at all. It's definitely like it feels like it's black market. You don't feel safe within the context of what's happening. It's brutal, man. I remember reading all these reviews like this is the worst movie ever made. This is really freaky, really messed up. How could someone make it? And I do agree with all those things. I don't think it's like a half star horrible because I think the impact that it does have on you is worth noting. But the first half of the movie, I was like, oh, this is just like a rip off porno type thing. It's not trying to do too much. And then it gets crazy. There's a certain scene, if you guys have seen the movie, you guys will know what scene I'm talking about. It is nuts. It is not fun at all. Like, I'm watching it alone in my house and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should be watching this anymore. That was crazy. The Invisible Man. Oh my gosh. My score did get knocked down after like sitting on it for a little bit. I did have it at a 4.5. I moved it down to a 4 mostly because I think it's just there's not enough there. It's really short. It's like 75 minutes. Um, but it's a 30s movie that is really scary. It's scary not because of like there's like a crazy monster, but it's the filmmaking itself makes the context of like this character really freaky. Like, he's almost like a Hitler character where his mindset like really digs into your skull and you're like, "Oh, I don't like this at all." The way it's actually being filmed is nuts. Like, I can't believe they did that in 1933, like making him invisible. I'll see if I can find some clips to put in here. But it is crazy, dude. I would implore you, like, even if you don't like 30s movies or black and white, like, I had my parents and my family watch it back at home and they loved it. So, I mean, it's not really about that. It's really short too. It's a little kick. It's a little kick. Um, I kind of, towards the tail end of this month, I really got into some Stephen King movies, which it's kind of interesting because I haven't really read any of his books, but I appreciate like him as a writer. I used to be really obsessed with him when I started writing novels, but getting into some movies here, like Christine was really good. John Carpenter is such a good filmmaker, man. He really knows what to do. He's making a car scary, not in the way where it's like you're freaking out, but it's almost like a revenge plot that you like can't. It's almost like Carrie, which I also watched. They're both kind of similar in the same vein of arc, where you kind of expect what's going to happen, but it's just really fun and really well made, so you can't really knock it down for anything. It's nothing mind-boggling, but the characters are cool. The vibe is cool. I love those like 70s, 80s like high school movies, and it feels like that with adding a hint of horror. So it's really, really good in that way. Um, I'm gonna get into something that people in the horror community will probably hate me for is that zombie movies suck. They really do. I watched a couple this month. One of my least favorites this month was unfortunately David Cronenberg's Shivers. It's like one of his earliest films, but man, it's just not good. I just don't like the aspect of zombies because I think zombies in particular are very I think it's because it's soulless and in movies I kind of want there to be a heartbeat and like that's the whole point of zombie movies and they kind of fall under the same structure as their predecessors. It's like oh the zombies are breaking out, you're seeing them eat other people or catch other people, they walk super slow. I never really understand how they get caught. I understand there's a lot of them, but a lot of the characters that are facing these like problems are very stupid, and I just hate that in horror movies. When as soon as there's a stupid decision, my mind goes out. Like I just can't deal with it anymore. And so Shivers was really bad. I think the best one, like a zombie movie, was last year's Handling the Undead. It has my favorite actress in it, Renata Ronsva, and it's a Norwegian movie. It's not very high stakes. It's very slow burn, which I think I appreciated more in the context of a zombie movie, of like actually dealing with these three families in three instances. It's not this huge grand scheme thing. Um, it's very small in tone. Um, and the stakes are just very human. They're not like huge. They're like, "Oh, this is my loved one and I want them to live." It's not like running from your life all this crazy stuff. So, it's I think zombie movies really do piss me off, but I think the only zombie movie I've liked in the past is Evil Dead 2. But that's just Sam Raimi doing his stuff, man. Like you can't really hate him for that. One of the biggest surprises for me this year, I was watching just like Snapchat spotlights or something, and I found like this little clip for Piranha 3D. So random, like some 2010, like Eli Roth has a cameo in it. It's kind of like it feels very corny and very it's very B movie, but like the even the piranha like the first scene CGI is horrible, but I loved it, man. Like I loved the fun nature of just a hot summer, um, all these sexy people on the boats, like a spring break, like Lake Havasu type thing. And you just see just a million people just getting eaten by piranhas. It's very gory. It's honestly it's the type of gory where you're just like laughing your ass off because it's so nuts like how much gore there is. Um and it really shows like the downside of humanity is like selfishness, like all these like hot babes and like men who think they're better than everyone else, like when it comes down to business they're like the scaredest people in the world and they only care about themselves. So it's a really good take on that and I really love that. A few more before I get into like my favorites of the year or of the month actually. Ridley Scott's later Alien movies. So Prometheus and Alien Covenant, and I liked them. they're not crazy like amazing. They're still not Alien. Both of them are very like secure and like almost a one location. When even though it takes place in space, they kind of start in the spaceship, they get down to the planet, and then they're kind of contained in that danger zone. And I like that. There's the stakes are higher in Covenant. Um, but they're both good, man. Like the acting's good, the characters are cool, the lore is cool, and Michael Fassbender is fucking amazing, dude. He's so fucking good in it. It's it's not even fair. There's a couple Gallo movies this month. The Beyond, 1981, Fulci. It's not Gallo is really hard for me because I also rewatched Suspiria, and I have a lot of friends that love Suspiria, the original, not the Luca Guadagnino one. Um, I think Gallows are very shallow, kind of like slashers. Um, but they've got like a more beauty touch to it, so they kind of always get an additional half star for that. But I don't think the beauty of it really saves it from anything because it just is very shallow. If you guys have any suggestions for better Gallo movies, like um, I have a friend back in Oregon who loves Gallo movies, and I always feel bad when I give one like a 3 star because I know it's like, oh, this is like one of the greatest movies ever, and he loves it. So, yeah, definitely give me some more suggestions. With honestly, with any horror movie, I would love to get any more suggestions there. Oh my gosh, I have to talk about even that we're talking about slashers. Terrifier 2. I don't think I can insert any clips of that movie in here because it's just probably one of the most messed up movies ever. They are nuts, dude. Damien Leone does not give a damn about your mom watching or anything. I think I really do want to like sneak my parents into watching Terrifier 3 this Christmas because I think that would be hilarious. I see all these clips online, but man, it's not scary, it's just nuts, dude. And Art the Clown, I think, is really cute for some reason. Like when he's not killing, obviously, he's like got this really smart charisma. I think he might be one of my favorite, or even the best, slasher villains since Ghostface in the '90s. He is really funny, dude, and David Howard Thornton does really good with him. Like he has, and he doesn't even have to talk to like be creepy. The opening scene in the laundromat in Terrifier 2 is bonkers, dude. But um if you guys want to see everything I watched, follow me on Letterboxd. It's Critic with 2 C's. I go deeper into reviews there with each individual movie. I can't talk about 65 movies in one video. That would take me forever. Like I can just ramble on forever. But I think I will go into my favorites. I think Rosemary's Baby is, of course, like as advertised, that movie. It's that bitch, bro. Like it's probably the scariest movie I've ever seen. Honestly, like I'm not the hugest horror fan, so I don't have like this deep bag of horror movies that I'm like, oh, this is like super scary. Um, I'm kind of basic when it comes to that. Like this is one of my like least known, and I'm glad I kind of did this deep dive. And Rosemary's Baby, dude, is scary. It's not scary. There's no jump scares. Mia Farrow is really good. I think it's more the paranoia that's constant throughout that really digs deep into me. And that ending is just monumental. It's monumental. It's something else, and I really loved the contrast of like the 1960s. Like it almost feels like a rom com at the beginning, or just like a romance, and it just dives deep into her psyche, um, and it's stressful for sure. And my heart was thumping like a motherfucker. So I mean, I loved that. I watched a lot of Brian De Palma at the end of this month, and he is easily becoming one of my favorite directors in Hollywood. Uh, Man, he is really good. I've always loved Blowout. I never liked Carrie when I first watched it, but as I said, I rewatched it this month. I gave it a 4 star. I think it's brilliant. I watched Sisters, and Sisters is an acid trip, man. It's like a murder mystery, but like you know what happened. So it's like it's really interesting with how it delves into horror in that way of um, control that men have over women, and it's not fun. And there's always that mystery with De Palma that I really appreciate. He has this kind of knack for making like noirs without it having. He makes noirs in daylight, which is really cool. Like he's really good at that. Um, Pulse. I mean, Japanese horror, man. Japanese know how to do it. They're really good at it. I didn't think it was that crazy, but I think it had the scariest scene I've seen this month in it with the woman slow mo walking or running. It is scary, man. You don't feel safe. I think the biggest surprise for me easily this year was 2024's The First Omen, a directorial debut. Um, I remember seeing trailers for it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not very excited because I saw like Sydney Sweeney's Immaculate was coming out soon, and they just kind of seem too similar. And it's the whole like nun thing turning horror movie. I thought it would be this weird Christiany thing that I wouldn't fuck with. But it gets into it, dude. Like it's really fucking good. I think mostly because the acting. I'd have to look up the actor's name. I've never seen her in a movie before, but she has an amazing scene with a car burning behind her. It is nuts, and it's actually pretty scary too. Um, it does deal with religion in a good way, but also like how religion kind of controls our free will to like do what we want with our bodies. I think religion can be very demeaning in that way of like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. And I think there's a club scene at the very beginning that like really hit deep for me of like a nun before she's about to go like do her vows. She's like going clubbing and drinking and having sex with a man. Like it's very interesting in that way, to kind of get you questioning religion while also scaring the shit out of you. So it's really good. I really liked it. Two more final movies I think I really liked. I rewatched House. I have the criterion of this. It uses the horror genre well to just have fun with what it's trying to do. I think watching that movie sober is a stupid decision. Um, I think you have to be high or like on some crazy drug to like understand what it's going for and like what it is. Um, but I always say people who want to watch it, like that it is absurd, so be ready, and that like a man turning into bananas is like the least crazy thing about it. So that's kind of always my entry point. But I would push you to watch it. It's fun. Uh it's really short too, but it's like got this weird like high school girls campy sleepover vibe, and the cat is really cute. And then I just watched Possession yesterday. This has been like at the top of my horror movie list for so long. My hopes were infinitely high for this, and I fucking loved it, dude. It's like constant. It feels like you're watching like someone's real life in the black market, like this girl cheating on her husband, and like you're so invested because the man himself um is is so intense. Like that final act is crazy, crazy, crazy. Like I haven't seen a movie with that much intensity for so long, like holding it for so long in a while. Um it and I mean the acting is so good. It has iconic scenes like that subway scene, which I'd only seen like the first majority of it, but that second half of it that a lot of people don't see, his is is impressive. Like it's impressive what this movie is. Um, it feels like a Polish movie in English, which it is, and you, I can't say enough about it. Like it really rocked me. I don't understand why I couldn't give it more than a 4 star, but I think on rewatch, I think it does get a little confusing at the end of like the husband's like motivations. It's like Marriage Story, but like crazy fun and cool. There's a lot of screaming. There's a lot of gore, sex with lizards. Like it's not something you expect at all. But I mean, I really appreciated me like doing this and like watching this many horror movies in 1 month. I'm still not like the craziest super fan, but again, like give me suggestions of what to watch because um, I had fun. I am very excited to be in November and be watching something that's not horror. But every month I'll kind of just talk about Movies I liked, I have some short films I'm gonna start filming soon, so be tuned for that.